I think we're live.
All right.
Excitement. We're live. We're live, Eric.
Good morning, Tillman.
Good morning, Eric. How's it going?
It's going good.
Cool. You know what time it is?
It's time to get shit done.
It's time to get shit done. The Get Shit Done community is growing every day. We have new people that are joining all the time. It's really great.
Yep.
You guys can join at getshitdone.com. Do it now. Like your life depends on it. Seriously. Get Shit Done is a productivity company for entrepreneurs. We train entrepreneurs how to get shit done, and we do that by getting shit done. And I like, so everybody understands, like, I grew up identifying as a procrastinator. You know,
Okay.
like there's an aspect of me that gets shit done that's like, you know, that's very that I go for it, but like I tend to do things last minute. I tend to prefer to have an emergency pop up where like there's a total change of plans and have to kind of like jump in and reconfigure everything. And so how do you get shit done when you're ADD, when you procrastinate on all sorts of stuff, when you set up crazy situations in your life and business that you then have to clean up like a mad barbarian or something? I don't know. So all of the Get Shit Done material are my own personal coping mechanisms with being an entrepreneur and trying to accomplish something, right? Trying to accomplish something great in many cases. But sometimes it's trying to accomplish something consistent. And so consistency is something that I personally struggle with. And so I overcompensate on it. I think Get Shit Done is one example of that. I was very happy, however, this morning that I got up a little bit early. I was pretty stressed, pretty anxious about a bunch of things in my life and in my business. And it's kind of a high anxiety morning. And I took a long, hot, meditative shower bath, did some self-hypnosis, and then I laid down and I fired up the Get Shit Done session. And I listened to it this morning. It was really interesting, the Get Shit Done session. It's been a long time since I've actually listened to it. And it's the energy of the session is all about getting fired up and getting shit done. But hypnosis is such a calming, mellowing, relaxing process.
Right.
After I listened to it, I closed my eyes and I took a nap for 30 minutes, you know, because I had the time. And that's one of the, I think one of the important things about getting shit done is that when you're doing it and you're doing it well and you're doing it consistently, it's not like a harried, crazy, stressful, frantic, heavy output process. It's just kind of, I loved it a few weeks ago, Eric, when you said this. I hadn't heard this said before, but you said it was like removing the resistance.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really the thing is, I had a client yesterday, and one of the things that he wanted to focus on was eliminating procrastination in his life.
Okay.
He doesn't exercise as much as he'd like to. He doesn't work on his business as much as he'd like to. He doesn't go through the education component of his of the business that he's working on as often, and he doesn't do the actions, which in this case is doing reach outs. He's in a real estate investment business that's direct response driven, and he gets leads, and he's supposed to call them and sell them ultimately, and close them.
Yeah.
And he knows the system, but he doesn't go through the education regularly. He does it when he feels like it. And then he doesn't, essentially, it's not quite cold calling, but it might as well be. All right. It's a list.
Yeah.
He knows who he's calling, but like, it's a list of people he's allowed to call, you know, but he doesn't do it. And at first I thought maybe, what's up with this guy? Is he a slacker? Is he lazy? What's his deal? And I discovered that he works his ass off. He has not one, but two full-time, solid 40-hour a week jobs.
Okay.
Two.
Wow. Two of them.
Okay.
80 hours a week.
Every week, and that's his norm.
Okay. Wow.
He sleeps 4 to 5 hours a night. I'm like, dude,
Damn.
what are you doing? This does not seem healthy to me.
Yep.
And Andy's trying to run a business. He has made some money with it. He's made, I think he said $13,000-$14,000 in the past running the process. So he knows it works.
Yeah.
But this is a interesting situation. The guy is not married, has a girlfriend, but not married. I don't think they live together. I think they live separately. No kids, as far as I can tell. And so he's basically just responsible for himself. Hardworking, consistent, thoughtful guy. But when he told me he was only sleeping 4 to 5 hours a night and trying to start a business, I was like, that seems like a broken formula to me. It seems like something's going to have to change.
Yeah.
But what's up, Jeff Levine? Let's go get shit done. First thing in the morning. That's right. How's it going, dude? Man, I've been eating a lot of nachos lately, and I've been breaking out your hot sauces. Jeff gave me a whole lineup. I think
nice.
all of his active hot sauces that he makes
cool.
himself. He gave me a case of them for of one each for my birthday.
Awesome.
So it's anyway, the point is he was trying to overcome procrastination, and I explained to him that the reason that he's stuck is because he's focused on what he doesn't want. In this case, the procrastination is one of the things that he doesn't want. Explain that procrastination is a constant. So, Eric, you and I right now, we're live streaming.
We are.
We're live streaming episode 62 of the Get Shit Done Show.
Yep.
And there are many things that both of us are actively procrastinating on in our lives right now while we're live streaming.
True.
So let's name some of them for fun.
Okay, sure.
What are 1, 2, or 3 things that you're procrastinating on right now, literally?
Top of my list is getting expert interviews lined up with network marketing leaders that I want to interview. I have a list of people to reach out to. I've started reaching out to some. I had an interview lined up last week. It didn't quite work out. And
scheduling snafu.
What's that?
Scheduling snafu.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's a big important one.
Yeah. So what I'm procrastinating on right now, number 1 is I have some dishes to do in my kitchen. Number 2 is I have some serious office cleanup to do. Number 3 is, and this is like a super important money-making activity, is I have a large number of private clients that I need to follow up with, and do reach out to. Cool. But it doesn't end there. It's a lot more than a long list of private clients. I have tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of customers to reach out to. So I've been procrastinating on doing a full-scale database reactivation. So I've had over 250,000 customers in my 20 years of doing this stuff.
Okay.
And a very large portion of them came in over 10 years ago.
Yep.
Right. But I know their names. I know their email addresses. I know what their email addresses were. I know what their phone numbers were. And many of them, I know what their mailing addresses were. And so I've come to the conclusion that though it's always good to grow your business. I've realized that I literally have all the clients and customers that I'll ever need for my business. And what I actually need to do is stay in better touch with them.
Got
Right.
it.
The email game, the way email marketing used to work has changed. And so most of my customers don't receive emails from me anymore for various reasons.
Okay.
Some of them unsubscribed.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them were auto pruned out of because they stopped responding. But they
Okay.
stopped responding because the email gods made it more difficult to get emails delivered.
Yep.
Okay, on many levels over the years. And so most of these people either bought a marketing training from me or a hypnosis training from me, right? Of some sort. They heard me talk, they saw my face, they heard me on a webinar or a video, or read hundreds or thousands of my emails. And so one of the big things that I've been procrastinating on is getting my database reactivation systems decided on, set up, implemented, and deployed. Right, a lot of technical stuff, a lot of detail-oriented technical stuff that I've been avoiding. I'm also procrastinating on going for a run.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. I'm procrastinating on doing some journaling that I wanted to do. I'm procrastinating on reading the book I'm reading. I'm reading several books. The point is, procrastination is a constant. You can't get rid of it. It's not going anywhere. You're gonna be fighting the demons of procrastination for the rest of your life if you choose to.
Sure.
The issue isn't procrastination. The issue is prioritization.
Well, that's the first thing. Yeah, that's the first thing that came to my mind, because every time you make a choice to take an action on something, you're procrastinating on everything else. So it's a matter of like finding exactly what those priority items are,
spotlighting them, and going and they have to be what's important to you and what feels good to you and what you're fully committed to. And the trick is getting in alignment with what you need to do and what you want to do.
Right.
Because we all have stuff that we want to do, and we all have stuff that we need to do, and then being willing to just do the stuff that you need to do even if you don't want to do it.
Exactly.
And having that be cool.
Yep.
Right. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. My positive focus, is that I started the day with hypnosis. What's your positive focus?
My positive focus is I have a big exciting, I talked about I think this was my positive focus last time, but it's still my positive focus.
Great.
I have a big exciting secret adventure coming up. Secret mission, that's right. Yep. And we're talking a little bit about how I've experienced your hypnosis sessions, removing resistance from taking action. Most recently, I've been listening to one of your sessions about change, like dramatic change in your life. And change has always been, I'm like a person of habits and
Someone called
routines.
Master of Change.
Something like that. Yeah.
In the Wealth Method.
Exactly. Yep. But yeah, I noticed a tendency in me to be naturally resistant to big changes in my life. I'm very like routine, and I just like to have my routines and kind of have resistance to change.
Right.
And there's a lot of big changes happening in my life. Some travels coming ahead. And I've noticed that through doing that hypnosis session repeatedly, I've felt just a natural lack of resistance towards those changes and just walking into them.
Cool.
Yep.
So speaking of change and speaking of resistance and all these things, I've been thinking about, because we have our conversations offline when we're not broadcasting.
Sure. Yeah.
And right now we're broadcasting. And so there's a little front stage, backstage action going on.
Exactly.
But and it's always important to like respect the boundaries with that, right?
Yep.
But I've been trying to figure out how you and I can work together more effectively.
Yep.
To grow, get shit done faster, to make more money together with Get Shit Done in order to like really ramp it. Because Yeah, I have several different projects that are going on, but I think I'm most excited about Get Shit Done, and
Okay.
it's where I want to put most of my focus. But I
Yep.
realized that you and I aren't putting much at all of our actual focus on doing the things that we need to do to grow Get Shit Done and to have it make more money. Have it
Yeah.
make more
No, I've
money
been
and
thinking
for it to
about
make more
this.
money for us, right?
I know it. Yeah. No,
Like
I
we've
was
been very committed to the daily show, which is so awesome. And I'm happy, I'm grateful, I'm stoked, I love it. And I realize we might have to change our schedule when you move back to Hawaii.
Oh, I know.
I
Yeah.
don't love that, but
Yeah.
whatever, I'll get over it. Maybe it's a
Yep.
noon show or something. Anyway,
Maybe. Right.
the point is that um we're not I mean, without sounding like negative or something, like this is my internal voice, this is how I talk to myself. We're not doing weekly webinars consistently. We're not we haven't made an offer like a pay what you want for a pay what you want action plan. We're not selling the Get Shit Done system, or we don't have a Get Shit Done funnel where we're selling the system and we have the upsells in place and we can run some traffic to it and see how it converts. We're not actively booking Get Shit Done orientation calls or calls for people who are inquiring about the boot camp. Like it's
Right.
all just like there's a bunch of big pillars that are not fully executed yet. And that I see, but it's what I've also been seeing is that like we get on, we get the show started. We usually get started between 15 and 30 minutes late because one or both of us are not fully prepared,
Right.
right?
Yep.
Which again, doing a show every day for over 2 months, man, like we're crushing it, right?
Yeah, we are. Yep.
We're crushing some aspects of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like the consistency of showing up for the show, we're crushing. But doing the show live every day is not getting us tens of thousands of subscribers a month yet. And it's not like flooding our bank accounts with cash. Right. And
Right.
so, so what can we do in order to grow? And I was thinking about this, like, you know, because I'm as I say, I'm scattered with like 100 different projects, you know,
Mm-hmm.
blah, blah, blah. How can we put more of our focus on Get Shit Done and really grow it? And I have this one friend that we interviewed for the Tellman and Fellman show, and he followed, and we stayed in touch and followed up. And he is a partner in a business who has a list. And during the show, we made the joke about me hypnotizing his partner to overcome procrastination.
Okay.
I'm like, I'd hypnotize you to overcome procrastination. I'd hypnotize your whole list to overcome procrastination. And he's like, that'd be awesome. So, and then later, you know, many months or a couple months later, you and I did the productivity webinar. I was like, oh yeah, now I have a recorded productivity webinar I could show these guys so that we could set one up.
Yep.
And I've literally been procrastinating. It's all recorded. It's all I
It
have to
is.
do is upload it and send a link. Right? I don't even have to put it on a page for them to check it out. Like I need to upload it to YouTube and send a link. It's like a 30-second process. Yet
Right.
procrastinating on the procrastination webinar. What the heck?
What
I
the
run
heck?
it, right?
Yep.
And while I was listening to that hypnosis session, guess who sent me a message on Facebook after I hadn't talked with him for several weeks? Is that same guy.
The same guy, right?
And he's
Yep.
like, hey man. And he just sent me a thumbs up too. He didn't even say anything. It's like he caught my Get Shit Done vibe while I was in hypnosis. So like we could be, if we wanted, Eric,
Yeah.
we could be doing a webinar every week, no matter what, to grow Get Shit Done. We could be getting people into the Get Shit Done community. We could be booking Get Shit Done sales calls. We could be selling private sessions. We could be selling get shit done sprints. We could be selling get shit done boot camps. We could, there are a wide variety of different things that we could sell. We could be selling. The other thing that we could be selling that I had a very long marketing soundboarding therapy session with ChatGPT a couple months ago while I was walking in the woods trying to answer the questions of the universe. And basically I was just trying to get out of my own head and stop freaking out about something and trying to get clarity about what I was doing with my life and my business. And what came out of it was to create an 8-week course called the Wealth Hypnosis Experience. That's doing an 8-week wealth hypnosis program for $1,000, right?
Cool. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that would probably sell really well, actually.
Probably would,
right?
Yeah.
And so even though that's not direct get shit done, it is related.
Yeah, it is related. Yep.
I guess what I'm getting at is that you have a Facebook group that you just started about prosperity. Yep. I have a Facebook group that I just started about getting shit done. True. Each of them, I have 400 and some odd members. I'm not sure how many members you have now.
Yeah, something like a little less than 400, like 360, somewhere in there.
Yeah. Then we have the Get Shit Done group, the school group.
The school group, yeah.
Which at points has been very active.
Yep.
And then we have my email list.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have both of our social media, various social media reaches. If you look at all of those assets, we're just between you and me, we're in front of a lot of people.
Yeah.
But what we don't have is a concrete, focused, unified message that we're both putting out there in order to get people into a system to help us really grow in a focused way. And if you and I basically joined forces in a more cohesive way, I think we could have a much greater impact. And so,
I think so too.
Like, one of the reasons I wanted you to get to the top of the leaderboard in the school group was, one, give you something to focus on, to engage, but it was also specifically to get more recognition and visibility and connection with the people in the community.
Right.
So that when they get on calls with you in the future, they want to talk to you.
Yeah, they know who I am. They see me on the leaderboard. They see me active in the group. Yep.
And hopefully both of us have already given them an enormous amount of value and benefit just from being involved.
Yep.
Right. So ideally, there's already kind of a law of reciprocity going on because we've already helped everybody so much that of course they want to work with us more.
Right.
Right. So that's what I want to figure out. Liz Fuller is here today. She says, looking forward to the process. Okay. Thanks, Liz, for the reminder.
Hey, Liz.
We've been going for 20 minutes. We haven't even started yet. So, okay, rock and roll. So here's what we're going to do. So I asked Claude a question. I haven't done a lot of work with Claude, so I decided I was going to go with Claude today. And I said, can you walk me? So it's March. It's Monday. It's the beginning of the month. We're going to plan it and we're going to have an awesome month. We're going to get shit done more than it's ever grown this month. And hopefully make a lot of money in the process and get a lot of clients in the process and help a lot of people get a lot of shit done in the process. Right? That's the intention. So I said, can you walk me through a process by asking me very specific questions to help me plan my month for my business? I want to have a huge financial month and it feels like things are moving slow right now. I want this to end up creating my get shit done action plan for the month. I'm going to use the questions you give me live in a few minutes as a framework for our Get Shit Done show, where we're going to do our planning for our week and the month. And so it asked me some really good questions, but I'm just going to go over these real quick. It said, it gives me 12 questions. The first 4 are business assessment questions. What's the single most profitable activity in your business right now? What are your top 3 revenue goals for the month? Which 2 to 3 clients or customer segments generate the majority of the income? What specific bottlenecks or obstacles are currently slowing you down? And then strategic questions. If you could only work on one project this month, what that would dramatically increase your revenue, what would it be? What tasks are you currently doing that someone else could handle? What marketing or sales activities have historically given you the fastest financial results? Which relationships or partnerships could you leverage this month to accelerate growth? And then there's action planning questions. What are the 3 specific high impact actions you can take within the next 48 hours? Which prospects or existing clients could you contact this week? Anyway, and then there's accountability and metrics. There are actually 15 questions here.
Yep.
And those were all good questions, but I didn't feel like they were actually asking questions that would help Claude create me a very clear action plan. And so I asked it, I refined what I requested and asked for a more specific list of questions.
Okay.
And what I'm realizing is that I think the process that we need to go through is actually a little bit different. You know, my first attempt at asking Claude to create an action plan, Claude doesn't really know anything about Get Shit Done. ChatGPT knows a ton about Get Shit Done. So the questions were just kind of like vague. Claude doesn't know very much about me and my personal marketing experience because I haven't uploaded a whole bunch of my stuff to Claude and whatever. So Eric, let's ask this question. So how do you think I or we can help entrepreneurs the most right now, based on what you know about you and I? And I say I or we because, like, maybe it's we're selling my hypnosis services, and maybe your part in that is doing high ticket sales. That's we, right? For example. Or maybe we're selling a class that we teach together, also an option, right?
Yep.
So I'm just saying, you're an interesting person because you're kind of you're a testimonial.
Right.
You're someone who's used a lot of my mindset stuff and a bunch of my marketing stuff to get some positive results. And we've known each other a long time. So you're a character,
right?
You know, testimonial, but you're also like, oh, you know, actually, I've had a lot of really great benefits from Tillman's hypnosis stuff. And so part of the question is how, like, if you were my ideal client or customer, how can I help you the most right now with what you're struggling with and dealing with? But then also, how can we help them the most right now? Right. And so, yeah, what comes into mind when we ask that question?
I guess first thing that comes to, well, a couple of things come to mind. Well, the very first thing that came to mind is getting more people into just the free Get Shit Done platform on School. I feel like just getting people involved in the community there is just, get them in the front door and active in the community, and that's going to be beneficial to them on many levels.
Guys, if you want to join that community, go to getshitdone.com.
That's right.
Eric, what do you feel is going to be beneficial to people about joining the getshitdone.com community? Or what do you think? What do you feel is beneficial to you? You know, how is that actually beneficial to folks in your experience?
Yeah, well, first thing that happens is the mantra gets imprinted in your brain to get shit done. You're gonna get several free hypnosis sessions when you join for free, which is awesome.
That I
And
currently charge for and have
that
been
you kind of,
charging for years,
right.
like many years.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Including the Get Shit Done session, which hypnotizes you to get shit done. I listened to it this morning.
right. And it, yeah, just kind of puts people in contact with a group container and with you. And we've got the work parties every week where, you know, it's an opportunity for people to show up and step up and get shit done. Focus on the most important things that would move them forward the most. And the other thing that comes to mind is creating some sort of group coaching setting, maybe on a weekly basis. Maybe that's something in the school group. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's a paid thing that's separate. Maybe, I don't know. There's so many ideas. But I feel like that would be something that would be massively beneficial to people.
Tell me about it. What are
Well,
you envisioning?
okay. I guess yeah, just having experienced near daily get shit done interventions with you on these live streams every
Right.
day or close to every day um has been massively beneficial to me in terms of getting clarity on direction, getting clarity on what my blockages are, what I need to be focused on to get shit done, and you know, finding the most important things that I need to work on and getting them done.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I feel like that
So
could
no, but
be
yeah, but
really
like
beneficial.
with the coaching thing,
Yeah.
like what are you envisioning it might look like?
Um, I mean, it could be like a group Zoom call, something like
Yep.
that, where you're hot seat coaching people. And what I've experienced from group coaching settings in the past, um, with various coaches, is that you can kind of extrapolate from other people's situations and how to incorporate that, like translate what somebody else is getting coached on in
Right.
their specific set of challenges and goals,
Right.
and translate that into what you're achieving in your life and how you can take that
Yep,
and
totally.
incorporate that. So yeah, and then also have the opportunity to sit in the hot seat yourself.
So, Get Shit Done group. So there are a few issues with Get Shit Done group coaching that I want to think through, right? One
Yeah.
is the first is there's the idea of just monthly open-ended coaching. Sign up for a monthly program, stay in for as long as you want, right?
Yep.
And that's cool. But the problem with it is people will come in, they'll get some education, they'll learn some stuff, and then they'll drop off and then they're gone,
Okay.
right? Um, on the other hand, if you work with people on a 8-week, 12-week frame, then you got to push, right? So it's like,
Right.
okay, and so I've done this many times over the years. So back in the day, I created the Perpetual Marketing Machine. It was a 12 module course on how to do a virtual summit, right?
Yep.
Then later on, I created List Pros. That was it was a major list building training. Also was 12 modules, I think.
Okay.
Way later, I ended up creating creating Email Empire, creating the Mascot Method, both of which were $8,000 home study programs, 8 to 12 modules. Each
Mm-hmm.
one had a weekly coaching call and then a weekly Q&A call.
Right.
And the coaching call was the training, and was a step in the process that you had to go
Mm-hmm.
through. People would learn something, and then they would have homework to do between sessions. And the interesting thing about that is, generally people will pay more for a push like that. It's a lot more structured, a lot more work on the teacher's end to put it into play, but you still have the problem where people still get 2/3 of the way through and then they drop out.
Okay.
Right? They just stop completing the assignments because the newness is worn off, and their commitment to follow through has is starting to show its colors, right? Which is they're not as committed as they thought they were originally, right?
Yep.
And so the problem with group coaching open-ended is there's no goal and there's no time frame. There's no goal and there's no deadline where like they know after the 12 weeks they're going to have a webinar. They know after
Right.
12 weeks they're going to have a funnel. They know after 12 weeks they're going to have an AI chatbot or whatever the thing
Right.
is that you're creating or building or learning how to create. They know they're going to have a postcard driven real estate business, whatever.
Mhm.
And so yeah, so I'm one of the big things is to have people, I think, get clear on their goal and their deadline and have them state it every time they meet. Like maybe,
Right.
you know, maybe that's part, maybe when they join the coaching program, module 1 is set a goal. And then every time you come to a group session, everybody says or types in their goal to reinforce, you know, and when it's going to be done by or something like that. But okay, so I'm just thinking through, you know, so when you're talking about group coaching, I mean, I've done group coaching for years, and for many years, for a few years, I did something called the Black Diamond Line, and that was
Okay.
$500 a month. It was
Yep.
on the phone on a bridge line, and people called in. And I taught, and this entire thing is I taught everybody how to ask intelligent questions to help grow their business. And
Right.
um, I taught them how to think about questions and how to ask clear questions that would get actionable answers.
Okay.
Right. And so that was cool. Works really well for me answering questions off the top of my head instead of like preparing in advance. The problem with it is sometimes it's like pulling teeth trying to get people to ask questions unless you have the right people and they're actually taking consistent action in their business and have questions as a result of their action. Then people don't ask questions when they haven't taken any action,
Right.
because they don't, you know what I mean, and they get
Yeah.
stalled. And
I
so
I run into that same problem myself sometimes.
I know
Yeah.
like
Yep.
some of the energy where I'm like, Eric, ask me a question. You're like, I don't have a question. Right.
Yep.
I've experienced that many times in the past with customers and clients where I made it their job to come up with questions. And so I'm like, maybe I should be asking the questions, you know, somehow, or more of the questions. I don't know. But doing a weekly get shit done coaching call is easy. It would be super helpful if it was done with the right framework. How much do you think we should charge?
It's a good question.
Viewers, if you're here watching us live, give us your input.
Yeah. What would you
Tell
charge
us,
for it?
like,
Yep.
if we did a weekly get shit done coaching call where there are a few different options here, right? One is like a brass tacks get shit done coaching call. We're gonna teach an element of action and productivity, and then we're gonna open it up to Q&A, right? Another aspect of this is a weekly group hypnosis session, probably a separate call, right?
Right.
Probably a separate call. But for get shit done, good old fashioned get shit done coaching, right? Who knows? Maybe we open all the calls with a hypnosis session. You know, maybe that's cool. I don't know. One way or the other, it's going to involve getting you on point, holding you accountable, getting you focused, getting really clear on what your goal is, how long you're setting aside to do it, and what you need to do to make it happen. And then doing those things, right? Asking questions along the way as you get stuck. So how much would that be worth to you to get together on a weekly basis, once or twice a week, to help you stay on point, get focused, and get shit done? We'd love to know in the comments. Yeah. So what's the number that like pops for you, Eric? Like what would be a number that you think would work, that you would do, and that you think like, who knows?
What
Maybe.
the value is there. I mean, I think anywhere, $500 to $1,000 a month, something like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. I think we should continue this conversation. I mean,
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
I think there's some more brainstorming that needs to happen. But I want to do I mean, actually, what are your what are your travel plans? When are you leaving?
I'm leaving Wednesday night. And I'm going to be traveling. Yeah, it's a night flight. And then I travel Thursday.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, so we should do a Wednesday evening webinar.
Right. Okay.
That'd be convenient.
Yep.
All right. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Okay, cool. Yep.
But basically what I want to do is, it is interesting because it is the beginning of the month and it is the beginning of the week, but you also have a travel week. And then you're, I mean, I need to get an update on where your travel plans are landing, if you know yet,
Right.
Because that's going to really affect our ability to work together, on
True.
both on work parties and on just phone calls and all this kind of stuff.
Exactly.
So we're gonna have to think that through. But I also I want to do another webinar this week. I want to start doing at least one webinar a week.
Cool. Yeah.
Actually,
like
let's just talk about that for the next 15 minutes. Let's talk about just get really clear. Like I have my own thoughts on this. I'm sure you do too. In an ideal world, let's say that we, in the next 12 months, build Get Shit Done up to a 7-figure company.
Yep.
Where we're doing in excess of 100 grand in revenue a month.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, mostly on recurring membership. And we have a small team of 5 to 7 people. Okay. Maybe fewer. Maybe we're able to do it with 3. Who knows? But definitely, let's assume it's you and me and some combination of like Curtis, Ganesh, and who knows, a few other appropriate people. Like we're going to need a customer support person. We're going to need a community person. We're going to need a sales person. We're going to need a tech person. We're going to need a copywriter. You're going to need a project manager. Right. But let's say we're making 100 grand a month. And I know that you haven't been part of a company that's made 100 grand a month, and I have. So I guess I'm like, maybe this sounds ridiculous to you. But let's assume that you're contributing to this in such a way that you're deservedly making more money than on a monthly basis than you've ever made in your life.
Right.
Maybe not a ton more, but you're making more than you've ever made, and it's growing and it's consistent. Sure. Okay. So given that, like, what would your perfect day or week look like? Like, or what do you see our business looking like in terms of what we're doing in order to achieve that kind of a result? Like, what do you see in your own activities or our activities together? Like what can you imagine right now?
Right. I guess first thing that comes to mind is driving traffic into the school community as a front end activity.
Okay.
And that could be short form video, it could be written posts, like broadcast to all platforms with a clear call to action to join getshitdone.com. And that's something that we haven't been doing, even though we've been broadcasting to multiple channels, like a ton of short form video. There hasn't been a clear call to action with that. It brings brand awareness, but there's not a really clear call to action of what we want people to do in any of that content, other than here on the Get Shit Done show.
Okay.
So yeah, that's something that I feel I could handle. And there's the high ticket sales calls,
Cool.
and getting involved with the webinars. There's activity in the school group, engaging, posting content. And probably also activity like involvement in the different programs and events, the sprints and whatnot,
Yeah, dude.
boot camps and things.
One thing that's cool
Mm-hmm.
that I heard about, but I haven't investigated,
Yep.
is that I just heard that school, probably today, is launching an affiliate program.
Oh, really? Oh, cool.
And I think what that means, is that individual school groups, members will have affiliate links where they can drive to invite people to your free or your paid school group.
Okay.
And I think that the affiliate link is somehow like, if we drive people into the free Get Shit Done school group, I think that people will still get paid if someone upgrades to our paid school group.
Oh, nice.
But I don't know how all that works yet.
All right.
Hopefully it works like that.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
Because right now our Get Shit Done group is free. And so one thing that we could do really easily is we could create Get Shit Done coaching.
Right.
And that's what it is. And we charge blank per month for it. Mm-hmm. And it's a school group. And so it's that simple. Our Get Shit Done coaching group is this much per month. You can join it. Right.
Yep.
And then if people buy the individual standalone programs, like we could have a Get Shit Done challenge for $37 for sale inside the free getshitdone.com group. And when people buy that, I think that's commissionable and things like this. So what it means, though, is that we could mobilize our Get Shit Done members, in theory, to invite more people into getshitdone.com, the school group, and in theory, get paid for it. So we should get up to speed on how all that works right like pronto today. Okay. I saw something about it over the weekend. But productivity can be packaged in all the ways, right? From a $7 tripwire hypnosis session to a $10,000 intensive personalized coaching program and everything in between. Right. And so the real question is, what are we going to try first? Not what's going to work the best. Right. But what are we going to try first based on the vibe that we're getting from people? And so maybe what we should do, I guess I should ask people in the Get Shit Done group, Facebook group, and in the community, like what they're most interested in, and see what they say.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you guys more interested in a monthly coaching program? Are you more interested in an 8 to 12 week sprint? Are you, like one-off hypnosis sessions? What are you guys interested in?
Yeah. See what people are most wanting to do.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, whatever it is, dude. I have a very, 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 very long list of previous clients and customers that we need to reach out to and say hi to and invite to something cool, whether it's a webinar or the free group or whatever. And like I have an almost endless list of customer leads from the past that
Great.
you or I could reach out to and
Okay.
probably start generating some revenue with those reach outs for people that are interested in
Probably
doing.
so. Yep.
So we should talk that through. But
Okay, cool.
Okay, well, this has been an interesting planning session. I think a weekly webinar is important. Getting into the school group, we need to find out about that affiliate program to see how we can fire people up. I do feel like there are too many options right now. We need to really pare it down to one clear thing that we're doing, and my head feels a little cluttered around.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's kind of like branched out right now.
All right, cool. Well, you know what, guys? Check it out. It's Monday, and what that means is at noon, in an hour and a half, we have our Get Shit Done work party. And so if you're not already a member at getshitdone.com, then I want you to take your little fingertips on over, your fingertips and your eyeballs. Take them on over to getshitdone.com, join our school community, and jump on our meeting at noon to experience a Get Shit Done work party for yourself, where you're going to focus in on doing the needle moving activities that you normally procrastinate on that will grow your business the most simply by doing them today. So come join us. We're going to get some shit done, and we'd love to have you there. If you're a growth oriented entrepreneur, we've opened the doors to the getshitdone.com community for free lifetime membership for the time being. We were charging for it, and we decided to open the door. So that is available to you now if you join today. Eric, do you want to say anything about anything, or should we wrap it up?
Yeah, maybe let's just wrap it up.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to wrap this up. So a couple things, guys. Number one, we already said, if you want to join the community, go to getshitdone.com. That's definitely true. If you want a private hypnosis session, I do still have a couple spots available on my calendar this week. You can go to workwithtellman.com and you can sign up for a private one-on-one hypnosis session with me on any topic that you choose at the price that you choose. I want to say that I'll tell you the biggest objection that people have is in the past, I normally charge $1,000 a session. Some people are like, that's too much. I can't afford it. Okay, well, I can understand that. So I offer for the moment anyway, I'm offering and running an experiment where I'm offering a pay what it's worth to you. And I specifically say pay what it's worth to you because I want you to pay what the transformation would be worth to you that you want to have. And the amount that you pay is a commitment to yourself. And it's a commitment from your conscious mind to your subconscious mind, showing you for real how focused you are on making this change in your life. And so what I found is that when people come in and they I've only had one person do a $0 session. I had one person do a $3 session, and it was literally his last $3, and he showed up, and it was an awesome session. I've had a bunch of people do like $20 sessions, but usually not a bunch. I've had a few people do $20 sessions, but in most cases they don't show up. I've had a lot of people do between $100 and $400 sessions. And they not only usually show up, but they usually also take all my upsells. And so people will use the objection that they don't want to offend me by offering me too low of a price. But then the amount that they'll say that they want to give me is all over the place. Either people won't say the amount, or they'll say an amount that's like a pretty high amount. And so when you are given an opportunity to help yourself change your situation, don't find a reason to say no. Find a reason to say yes if it seems like something that will really help you. And so I urge you, is if working with me seems like something that will really help you, find a way to say yes and make the single biggest, largest commitment to yourself that you possibly can to remove that block, to get over that obstacle, to move back through that bypass, to find a way forward instead of finding a way to dig in your heels and stay stuck. Make the largest commitment that you can to show yourself that you're serious. That's the value of a pay what you want, name your own price, pay what it's worth hypnosis session. So take it seriously, but don't use that as a reason to stop. This won't be around forever. It is around right now. So if you want to try it out. I would love to work with you. And you go through, you choose the amount that you're going to pay. You put in your payment info. You land on a page where you put in your contact info, and you answer a few simple questions for me, and you book your session. And as I said, I still have a couple spots open in my calendar this week. They will fill up quickly. Eric, do you have anything to say about working with me or about hypnosis and how it's helped you?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it a little bit earlier in the show today, but one of the main benefits I've received is it's just really removed my internal resistance to whatever it is that the session is about. If it's about, money mindset blockages, if it's about change, like creating change in your life, if it's about just crushing your goals and getting shit done, taking the action I need to take. Yeah, I found that after the sessions, I just kind of naturally flow into those things without the resistance that I would normally have.
That's right. That's right. The thing about hypnosis, guys, is that I don't magically take control of your mind and force you to do something differently. A hypnotist teaches you how to gain control of your mind and get your brain to do what you want to do naturally without all the problems, right? So a hypnotist is a guide. And if you want to learn how to use your subconscious to get more shit done and to achieve your goals, then go sign up at workwithtillman.com and I will do my absolute best to help you out. Awesome. Thanks, Eric.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I think that wraps us up for the day. Let's go ahead and end the show, and we'll see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. unless we see you sooner at getshitdone.com on our work party at noon Eastern in an hour and a half. So This is Tillman. You know what time it is?
It's time to get shit done.
It's time to get shit done. Over and out. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.